Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with StewiejP. I'm Stewie, you're not. And neither's this bloke, this is Mac RBT21-2014. We're going to call him Big Mac in this replay. He's in the VK100.01P, and it certainly is like a Big Mac on mines in this one. Have a look at this bad boy. This is the tier 8 tank that leads to the mouse. Of course, there was a few changes a number of months ago now, where the mouse line was, or the German heavy lines were a little bit rejigged, I guess, and of course the VK100.01P is has ever since it's been a little bit of a staple in tier 8 clan wars. For those of you that do tier 8 clan wars, a lot of videos that I've been sent do feature this tank, and that's because it's got a pretty decent gun, 128mm, 440 damage, 220 penetration with standard, 260 with APCR rounds. Now Big Mac shouldn't need any APCR rounds in my opinion in this game, being a top tier tank, tier 8 tank in a tier 8 game, and of course all those tier 6s are just going to be cannon fodder for this big strong German gun. Puts a shot in, don't even worry about aiming, puts a shot straight into the low, the tier 8 German heavy tank, bounces a shot from the Chi-Ri without even trying to angle. He just kicks back and bounces that one. And this is one reason why this tank, as he puts the ammo rack into the Type 62, sends him back to the garage for a lazy 768 damage. That one was. And of course, look, he's already blocked 600. He's already done 1246. He's only fired 2 shots. Make that 3 shots. He's done, that makes it nearly 1700, nearly 1000 damage blocked. And this is just, sometimes I think that tanks like this, a little bit like easy mode in World of Tanks. Of course, it's a totally different story when he comes up against tier 10s, and that's why this tank's a little bit overpowered against all of those tier 6s. It's a pretty big spread when you think about it. A tier 8 tank at one end of the scale can be fighting tier 6s, at the other end of the scale can be fighting tier 10s as he puts another shot into the low. He still hasn't taken much damage now. He's only taken 6 hit points of damage. He's blocked over 1000, make that 1400. And that's just going up now to 1500, quicker than you can see. Nobody really knows where to shoot him. He gets rid of the tier 8 low. That's one tier 8 tank down. He's got 2 kills, and his team have got 3 kills. Just blocks a massive amount of damage from that M4A3 Easy 8. I think he might have been firing high explosive. And of course, when you block high explosive, it really does rack up your bounced damage up to 2000 damage block, 3346. He's blocking damage now without even seeing tanks. It's unbelievable. Puts a blind shot into the bushes where he thinks the enemy tanks might be camping bush. 5-2's the score. He's on 3 kills. 6-2 now. 3 kills, 3,346 hit points of damage. 2,135. And now you might watch this video and think the VK100.01P in Big Mac's hand is massively overpowered. But like I said earlier, that's the thing with tier 8s. In a game like this, you rub your hands together and you go, you're beauty. You drive forward. I was doing it last night on stream with my guard. I got some tier 6 battles in my guard at tier 8, and I just laughed at it as I blocked damage. Same as Big Mac is doing now, blocking the E25 and the Easy 8 with ease. He's still on 6 hit points under full health. Blocked 2635 damage now, 3346 damage done. This time he's got, no, it still doesn't aim. Does get a little bit of damage from the Tiger P, but it doesn't matter because that Tiger P is down to 411 hit points, which is a one-shot for Big Mac from EGP clan. Now he's moving forward again, and of course you've got to take the good with the bad in World of Tanks, and you have games like this in a tier 8 tank where you just sit back and bounce shots all day long. But then again, the next game is probably going to be up against Mouses and even 100s in the next battle, so you got to take the good with the bad. Picks up his 4th kill, setting the Tiger P tier 7 German heavy tank back to the garage. Continues to bounce shots from that poor Easy 8. Kicking back there and sniping like an absolute champion. All that Easy 8's doing is giving Big Mac a steel wall and a shell-proof medal and all those kind of awards you get for blocking a shitload of damage. And Big Mac really not interested in that Easy 8. He's probably more interested in getting rid of that Ferdinand. That Ferdinand, the second last remaining tier 8 tank on the enemy team. He's up to 4 kills, 4,620 damage done, 3,680 damage blocked, and he's, for a minute there, I guess he thought he might have been able to pick up the kill on that Ferdinand. Just 2 artilleries left, the Hummel at tier 6, Golden Ball, that's an interesting name, and of course the Lorraine 15551 at tier 8. Pretty good process of elimination by Big Mac's team. and working out where they are. And of course the M40, M43 takes a blind shot into where the artilleries normally sit. Will he get another one? No, he won't. But in the end, not a bad game. 15-5, 4 kills for Big Mac from EGP clan. And of course, as you would not be surprised, it's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from my old mate Big Mac from EGP. EGP being a very big supporter of this channel for quite a while now. And of course, I'm very, very happy about that. He's picked up his first mark of excellence in that little performance on Myers. It did look a little bit like World of Tanks on easy mode. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, the Bruiser Medal, Demolition Export, that's for blowing the head off that T62, the Type 62, the Tier 7 Premium Chinese light tank, Fighter Medal, Fire for Effects, Shell Proof, for all that damage block. Cool-headed, steel wall for getting all those hits. Just that ping, ping, ping. It sounded like somebody ringing a bell. Of course, the high caliber for doing an absolute ripper. 4,620 damage, 4 kills, 1381 base experience. Nobody else, the second best was 1,700. And that was by the M6. That's not too bad at all for the M6, but Big Mac from EGP clan certainly carried the shit out of that one. 14 shots fired, 12 hit, 10 did damage. You made nearly 30,000 credits with a standard account. That's without a premium account. Premium account would have been over 53,500 credits. And that's not a premium tank either. You blocked 3,680 damage, 1,012 assisted damage, and of course those figures would have also helped him with his Ace Tanker as well as those credits, where he had an absolute perler on mines in a tank that's probably not traditionally awesome on mines, but still, he had a pretty good game. And this second replay in this triple shot of Tier 8 action, this features the T26E5. This is a tank that I'm thinking about getting, but I don't know if I do like spending money, I guess, but who knows. This is the T26E5, also known as the Patriot tank, the American Tier 8 Premium Heavy tank. Very similar to the T32. Looking at it, it's got APCR rounds as standard and premium ammunition. 240 damage, 230 pen with standard, 259 with premium. He's going up to the hill on Himmelsdorf, and it is a Tier 10 game. 3 Tier 10s on each team. Super Conqueror, Sheridan, and French artillery on the enemy team. On the friendly team, E100, T100 light tank, and of course the big German artillery. They're the Tier 10s, but of course with the new matchmaking, just 3 Tier 10s on each team. The GWE100 goes down. The other Patriot tank, thinks that he gets, he's one of these players who thinks you get bonus points for predicting the loss early, and he's already called that he reckons they're going to lose. But you choke on marbles is coming up to the hill, having a look at the pattern, going to help the other T26E5 as well as the T54. Now that other T26E5 is a guy who's called out the loss early, and if they can't slow down here, they've got to get rid of that Sheridan. Forget about the T34. Get rid of the Sheridan, which they've done well. They've gotten rid of one of those enemy Tier 10 tanks there, and of course that bloke who was calling out the loss early is the one with the kill, so hopefully he doesn't give up. You choke on marbles, puts a shot into the T34. T34 clearly aiming his way, but the Patriot showing that it can block damage just like a boss, because that T34 does have a very good gun. It's actually a Tier 10 gun. You choke on marbles, looking for a cheeky shot into these artillery. The French artillery, of course, pretty quick for an arty, is run away all the way up towards A1 with a score on 4 apiece. You choke on marbles, 932 damage, 400 damage blocked. But he's just warming up. He's a Tier 8 tank in a Tier 10 game. He's not giving up. He's getting stuck right in. He's running along with the T54 and the other T26E5 Patriot, the other American premium tank. Looking for shots into the back of the Super Conqueror to try and help this E100, and this should be free damage all day long. Puts one in for 247. Now, don't block him. That's what he's thinking here. Don't block him. Is he going to continue to block? Doesn't matter. Picks up the kill on the Tier 10 Super Conqueror, and that's sort of, in flanking that Super Conqueror, he's helped that E100 won that little battle, but it looks like the team are in danger of getting capped. And you choke on marbles is platooned up with his old mate Inferno Warrior in the VK100.01P. He's been taken out by the convoy. They're down by one tank, 6-7 to score. 2 enemy tanks are capping, and you choke on marbles can see that apart from the M41 Bulldog, no one else really getting in too close to try and get the reset. Has a brief look at the low, but decides that the cap's probably a little bit more important because there are still 3 enemy tanks hanging around the cap. So that's where the most damage is to be done, I guess, as well as making sure that they don't cap this one out. Nothing worse than getting capped out. I reckon he maybe wants to try and help the E100 again. Looks like the Batchat 12T is behind the E100. Puts a shot into the RU251. Turns around, notices the Batchat on low health and confirms his second kill and takes the lead for the first time in a while. 9-8. Here's the low again on very low health. He wants this one to pen. It doesn't. Will you choke on Marbles? Cop a damaging shot here. He is still on full health. That should go through. Thank you very much for his third kill, he says. 2,108 damage done. 400 block damage, which is not a bad start at all. Looks for a cheeky shot into the side of the Type 4 in a very... Oh, he's all the way on the other side of the courtyard. Looking for a few cheeky shots into that Type 4 because RU251 killed that T54 and that Type 4 will probably not be spotted for too much longer. 10 all's the score. He blocks the shot. Who was that for? Was that from the Type 4 Heavy? No idea. 10-11 is the score. 11 all now as the Tortoise picks up the kill on the T28 prototype. You choke on Marbles on 3 kills. The Tortoise on 3 kills. The nobody else alive has picked up any kills as you choke on Marbles. Looks for the shot on the Conway. There's kill number 4. And the T26E5P, the guy who called out the loss early, actually gave him some good advice here. Said that Conway is on low health. Looks towards that Batchat 155-58. You choke on Marbles. His 6th sense doesn't go off, but I guess he's already spotted. Type 4 throws a shell his way, and he reckons I reckon he could probably get 2 shots in before that Type 4 reloads. Is he going to risk it? Unlucky, that one doesn't go through. He has changed to premium ammunition. Wants to be careful here. Wants to be very careful. I mean, he does have 1,200 hit points, I guess. He can probably afford to lose some of it, but you know, why risk it if you don't have to? Puts another shot into the Type 4 Heavy. Takes him down to 109 hit points. One more shot should be enough. No, it looks like he's going to go for the artillery. The artillery on a bit of a YOLO run there. Looks like artillery did just fire. And you choke on Marbles trying to dupe the Type 4 into going forward. He does. Picks up his 5th kill of the game. He's on a top gun here. The RU251 is the last remaining enemy tank. And it looks like he's trying to keep that FV3805 lit. The RU picks up the kill on the Bulldog. Probably trying to get stuck into that artillery. He's on 101 hit points. If artillery splashes the RU251, he'll be gone for all money. Looks like artillery did just fire, so I'd expect to see that RU251 go straight up the hill and get stuck into that FV3805. You can see that the RU is stunned, and it doesn't matter. The RU picks up the kill on the artillery, and on 100 hit points, is he going to run away? Oh, look out. This could be a very interesting shot. If it works, doesn't look like it will. Looks like he's the RU251 using his brains a little bit. Baby Batchat advises his team to cat. You choke on Marbles. He's more interested in the top gun. So it looks like he's going straight for the hill. The Tortoise, if the Tortoise continues along this route here, oh, look, who knows? The RU could maybe have already gone around there where the Bulldogs are pinging the map. Or look, you never know. He could be sitting here. The Tortoise is going to probably do the right thing. Bearing in mind the Tortoise, as its name would suggest, is not the fastest tank in World of Tanks. And the T26E5, also not super quick. He finds the RU251. The RU251 is going... No, looks like he's stopped. Oh, what do you do in this kind of situation? He goes a little bit of forward driving. Now, this is a very good... I would have thought the RU251 would have stayed hidden. But anyway, you choke on Marbles. Picks up his Top Gun, 6 kills, 3,500 damage in a Tier 10 battle on Himmelsdorf. And as you would expect, an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from You Choke on Marbles from Crazy Clan. And of course, also a Fire for Effect and a Top Gun medal. Had plenty to do with the death of about half the enemy team, one would think. 3,500 damage, 6 kills, 1465 base experience. Now that was a Tier 10 battle. And look, the highest ranked Tier 10 was the light tank, followed by the E100. but not a bad game, you would have to say. He fired 22 shots fired. They all hit, so nothing wrong with the accuracy on the T26E5 Patriot. 19 did damage, 78,000 credits. That's with a premium account. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. You beauty, you choke on marbles from Crazy Clan in the T26E5 Patriot. As we move on to our third and final replay in today's video, this one features the Premium Swedish Tank Destroyer, the Strv S1. Now this is a little bit of a lesson on, pardon me, on boosting as well as how to farm damage on Cliff. You choke on marbles. He's platooned up with his old mate Clickbait. Clickbait has sent me replays in the past. I'll leave it to him if he wants to discuss what those replays were. He's on Cliff, I said. It is another tier 10 game, and this goes to show you can still do well if you're in a tier 8 tank in a tier 10 battle, especially with the new matchmaker, which only gives you 3 tier 10 tanks on each team. Now, you choke on my balls. He was being an absolute wanker there, I've got to say. He won't take that personally, I'm sure. Have thrown a shot towards the Nameless because maybe he thought the Nameless was blocking his view, who knows. Nameless does the same, throws a shell back towards you, choke on marbles. Maybe that's why he's blue sometimes. But anyway, let's see how we go. He's on Cliff. Lots of enemy tanks have been lit. Have a look at the mini-map. The Batchat 25T by looks of it, and the M41 Walker Bulldog doing a great job lighting up all those tanks. What? I reckon that's 12 as you choke on marbles. Going for a bit of a boost. Now, some people like doing this, some people don't. There are people in my clan who love it. There are people in my clan who hate it. But like it or not, it is part of the game. The next patch, patch 9.21 or 9.21, depending on what school you went to. Some people say a lot of them are being removed. Some people say some are being removed. Depends on who you believe. Let's see. We'll see what happens when patch 9.21 comes. It's not the kind of thing I'm very good at, but I've never pretended to be a dank tanker or anything like that. 1 zip is the score on Cliff. The TVP VTU on the enemy team just got blown away by the FB215B183. The WZ132 goes down on you choke on marbles team, and he's trying to continue this boost. Yeah, I reckon he's going to get there. Now, don't without giving too much away. This is not the quickest game in the world, so I reckon I've got time for a mouthful of coffee before you choke on marbles gets into this boosty position on Cliff. He's taking his time doing it, and look, and this is the only issue I have with boosting. The time it takes some people to get into the positions, the game can be over. Look, I guess it's a little bit different in a tier 8 tank destroyer in a tier 10 battle. But it looks like he's gotten into his position. He's waiting for that camo net to fire up, and you can see in when you're in siege mode in this tank, the Strv S1, as well as the other Swedish tank destroyers, when you're in siege mode, you don't lose your binoculars or camouflage net if that's the kind of stuff that you've got activated. So let's have a look as he kicks back and takes a few snipey shots into the Jagdpanzer E100. Probably looking at that Batchat on the hill, the Batchat 12T, the light tank, because that's probably the tank most likely to spot him. That Oho should not spot him from where he is. The FV4202 maybe, but he's right on the edge of that view circle. As you can, if you look on the minimap, you can see that. But when a Jagdpanzer E100 presents his side, you've really got to make the most of it, especially when you're in a tank that would really struggle to penetrate that thing frontally. Alright, the coffee's finished and we're ready to go. If you can see on the mini-map, they're losing, look at the scoreboard. They're losing a few tanks. They're down by 3, 2-5. You choke on marbles, just putting a blind shot. I reckon that one went into the FV4202. That's a tier 8 premium, British medium tank. T26E5 presents himself and he says, no worries, I'll have some of that. I'll take him down to a one shot. Lose the T26E5 on you choke on marbles team has gone down, so they're down by 4 tanks now, 2-6. And this is why some people like boosting. If you can stay up here and not get lit, of course, if you do get lit, you're a very, very easy target for any one of those tanks that Choke on Marbles is aiming at. But clearly he's got a good camouflage crew. He's up to 2717 damage done already. Looking at the OHO again, you might as well just keep shooting. And that's the beauty of these Swedish tank destroyers. They do have very, very good guns as far as accuracy and all that goes. Like, you've got to be pretty unlucky to miss shots, even at range. If you look at on the mini map, there is all that those tanks he's shooting at, the Jagdpanzer E100, the FV4202, the OHO, who's now dead. They were all pretty close to the edge of Choke on Marbles' view range, or render range, not view range, render range. So that was right at the edge of where you can see tanks. That's probably what I'm trying to say, and it's still pretty accurate. Look at the size of that nice tight circle. Remember when I first played the tier 10 Swedish tank destroyer on a super account last year. I was amazed at how small the aim circle got. Not only how small it got, but how quickly it got there. It just went, especially when you're in siege mode, like Choke on Marbles is in right now. Here's a nice shot into the side of the Object 140. 6-6 is the score. 4,287 is doing pretty well. He's doing any of these missions. Caused 3,000 damage from at least 250 metres. Well, I reckon he's already done that for that mission. Secondary condition is to get 4 kills. Let's see if he gets 4 kills. Still 9 enemy tanks left. Still 9 friendly tanks left. It looks like I've hit the pause button, but trust me, the counter is still going down. Artillery clickbait in artillery in the M40, M43, platooned up with Choke on Marbles, is chipping away at those tanks. He's letting his teammates know in chat where he's aiming for by hitting the T key, I think it might be, and he's aiming in the middle, but unfortunately no vision in the middle right at this moment. WZ120 1FT or 1GFT, as well as the Object 140, last spotted in the middle of the map, but not currently spotted. WZ just been spotted over near the edge of the cliff, and of course, yeah, ping the map, man. That's what people do. That's what people do. It's a case of just hurry up and wait now. And now the Strv S1. Well, did I talk about that gun? I don't think I did. 105mm, 390 damage, 288 pen, 330 pen with premium. Now, I don't think he's needed any premium rounds so far. That the Jagdpanzer E100, he might have thrown a couple of premium rounds of Jagdpanzer's way frontally, but when it was shots on the side, pretty sure that Choke on Marbles was shooting standard rounds, and we'll probably see in the credits at the end. Gets another shot into the Object 140. Takes the Object 140 down to 132 hit points. Now he'll be feeling a little bit nervous, I reckon. Only on 132. The FV4202 looks like he's going up to try and help the Object 140 on the lighthouse. Oh, don't shoot. Bulldog does the job. Gets rid of the tier 10 Russian medium tank. Now Choke on Marbles might be... there you go. That's not a bad shot for 392 damage into the premium British medium tank. Aiming towards a Batchat 12T now, because that's probably the tank the most likely to spot Choke on Marbles. But deciding instead to try and get the kill shot on that FV. He's aiming in a pretty good position here. There he goes. That's his first kill of the game. And for the first time in a long time, Choke on Marbles is up by 1 tank with a score on 9-8 on Cliff. The M46 pattern you can see on the minimap. Getting very aggressive. Got vision on the enemy artillery. Hopefully clickbait. Hopefully clickbait lands a shot on that arty. He does. Didn't need to look for the counter battery in that one. The M46 pattern doing a great job. Getting up close and personal. That M46 pattern, the tier 9. Only 1 tier 10 left on Choke on Marbles and Clickbait's team. Only 1 tier 10, and that's the E100. And the E100 looks pretty much like he's stuck on this corner. You can see on the minimap. And that's why Choke on Marbles is aiming that way, because that E100 is contesting with the not just the Batchat 12T, which is only a tier 8 light tank, but the Jagdpanzer E100 and the Object 260. And the Object 260. He's got one of those ranked battles little symbols next to his name, which tells me he's probably a pretty good player. Most people who've got the Object 260 are. Hey, did I mention? Yep, I got one not long ago. Anyway, clickbait. Looks like... clickbait. You choke on marbles. Looks like he's changing his mind there. They're still up by one tank. He wants to try and keep this momentum going, and has decided that the Batchat 12T, the Jag Panzer, and the Object 260 are more than likely not going to be pushing on his position. And it looks like, because the E100's gotten all the way around this corner, these tanks have clearly fallen back. The Nameless over there, the Nameless Cos 13 from Life Clan over there. Maybe that's why you choke on marbles fired a shot towards the other guy. Maybe it was a bit of just a bit of argy-bargy because he was in Life Clan as well. I'm pretty sure you choke on marbles was in Life Clan for a while. Anyway, they're moving forward. The Nameless puts a shot into the WZ-121 GFT. That's a premium Chinese tank destroyer. You choke on marbles, hoping for a shotgun into the WZ, but doesn't matter because Clickbait derps the hell out of it and picks up his second kill. You choke on marbles doesn't really want to push onto the Object 260. I think, not sure how much. There's the Object 260 now on 353 hit points, but of course, if he wants to guarantee a penetrating shot, he really needs to get to the side or the rear of the Object 260. Moving into travel mode now, siege mode they call it, and cops a shot from the reward tank. That might kill him. It does. That's his second kill of the game. Brings the score up to 13-10. Is he going to help his mate? It looks like he's trying to. That Batchat 12T on 450 hit points. It's going to take 2 shots to kill him. Unless he shoots him and then rams him, he'll be hoping that the Batchat might be on the reload. Auto aims, pulls back. Oh, shoot him once. Looks like the Batchat 12T's just come off the reload. So you choke on marbles. Wants to make sure. Maybe he only had 1 shell left. Who knows? Wants to make sure. That was awkward. And the Batchat 12T Web Pilots. That was a bad luck, Web Pilots. You basically just gifted you choke on marbles the kill there. 566 health left, 6,083 damage, 3 kills. 1 enemy tank left. What was his mission again? 4 kills as a secondary condition. And that's to try and find that RU-251. That RU-251 from memory on pretty low hit points. Last seen at the lighthouse, and there he is. Looks like he's slipped past the M41 Bulldog. And looking at where that tank is, of course, the E100 probably hasn't got much of a chance to kill that RU-251. The Bulldog, not sure what if the Bulldog's going to go for it. The Bulldog only on 105 health. The RU-251 on 330. You choke on marbles is not stuffing around. He's heading straight for the RU-251. I'm tipping that he's thinking if that M41 Bulldog can keep eyes on the RU-251, he can decide whether to go through the middle or around the lighthouse. And he'll be praying that Bulldog is going to continue to keep vision on that RU-251. On 330 hit points, average damage of the 105mm gun on the Strv S1 is 390, so he's a 1-shot. It'll make his 4th kill. It'll also mean that he completes this mission with honours. He's not slowing down. The 2-minute siren goes off. As long as that M41 Bulldog keeps eyes on the RU-251, you choke on marbles will be pretty happy and pretty confident of picking up the kill with 1 shot. The M41 clearly doesn't want to get too aggressive. And Clickbait putting the comment in the chat. If Stritzwagen needs the kill for the mission, please let him get it. Well, I think he's the only person who can get it. The SU-152 doing the right thing in my opinion. The ISU-152 doing the right thing in my opinion. Sitting on the cap for just in case, but it doesn't matter, just in case. You choke on marbles finishes TD mission number 6 by getting 4 kills and doing over 3,000 hit points of damage. Let's have a look how he actually went in that game. It wasn't just an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. He actually, you'll be surprised. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser Medal, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effects, High Caliber, 6,413 hit points of damage. That's not too bad at all in a tier 10 battle. The Strv S1 goes to show if you can keep that gun going, especially when you're not spotted, even in a tier 10 game, you can do it pretty well. 23 shots fired, 19 hits, 17 did damage. So of the 4 shots that missed, there was a shot in anger at the start. There was another shot towards that Batchat 12T, which, you know, he wasn't in siege mode, so you don't really count those two. So he only really missed 2 out of 21 shots. So you can't argue with that. And have a look at those credits. 114,980 credits after tax with a premium account in that game that went for a little bit under 14 minutes. An ace tanker, you choke on marbles from Crazy Clan. Thank you very much for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitch. Link down below. Take care and see you all next time.